Hey guys, John the Shaman here from the Cataclysm podcast, cataclysm.com, and I'm going to show you our raid attempt against Alakir. I know it's been a while since I posted a video on raiding or whatnot, but here it comes back. I got a new monitor, I got a new setup. It's a little bit bigger, so this should be a little bit higher quality than the other ones. This is the first one, so it's coming along, and this is our raid. Deadly Dragon Society. No, it's not. It's Dead Dragon Society versus Alakir. This is our successful attempt. Obviously, we had a couple other attempts. I actually have my DPS meter open here. Don't look at it, because I do terrible. I end up like last place on this boss. Probably because I'm a terrible DPSer or something. I'll probably refine it as I go forward. I still click my potions. I didn't really know what to do, so I think we're preparing for setting up. I don't know. This boss fight, he does a conal AoE, and anyone who's hit by it, it chains to anyone else who's also hit by it and does damage to them. So it'll normally do about 20,000 damage to the person it hits. And it's a huge AoE. You'll see it's a bunch of lightning like shooting out across the platform. And anyone it hits, it'll chain to someone else in that lightning. So if the guy I'm standing on, his name's Scythus, he's a hunter, and if you'll see it here, he'll do the AoE, and Scythus and I will both take 20,000 damage from each other, so we'll take 40,000 damage total, and we resist some of that, blah blah. I'm using. A lot of people ask me about my setup. I have Omen, that's in the bottom left here, next to the chat box. I have Quartz casting meter, and then I have DPS recount. Just there, I had a really, really good amount of procs, and I was able to drop my Fire Elemental Totem with like my maximum amount of spell power I'm ever going to get in a fight. If you look, I have my Potion popped, I have my Volcano Trinket, I have a Power Torrent, and the final one is my Stump of Time, was also up. The other thing Alakir does, he does a thing called Wind Burst, which you saw that knocked me back. There's another one. And then he's got those rotating tornadoes. The tornadoes are kind of like a Sartharian fight. Sartharian had the lava walls that moved across the platform. This is very similar to that. This is the, I guess you would call it this tornadoes, whatever. And they have a random gap, so you have to know where that gap is. That was phase 1. He doesn't knock back in phase 2, but he does have as you can see, the tornadoes coming around, and then he has a set of ads that spawn. The ads do AoE damage around them. We had our feral DPS kitty switch to bear for this. Probably not the best. We're still probably going to refine the strat next week. He was tanking the ads. The ads do AoE damage around them, so you want to tank them slightly away from the group. Every time an ad dies, it puts a debuff on the boss that makes him take 10% more damage, and it stacks, and it lasts for 20 seconds, I believe. So what we did is, because the ads spawn on a timer, which is about like 18 seconds or so, we let 3 spawn, so that we would have plenty of time to kill one and have 2 up to spawn later on. Another thing to note about Alakir is when you're in melee range, if you're like right next to him, like his front half of the platform, which is where I just was, like on top of him, he'll interrupt you if you're next to him, if you're a caster. So the casters have to move back, and that's to prevent people from stacking inside to completely avoid the tornadoes. So as you can see, Alakir now has 2 stacks of feedback is the debuff, and the tank keeps yelling kill Skull, and we'll switch and we'll kill Skull. Which is the ad, and now he's up to 3 stacks, and he's taking 30% more increased damage. It's really weird with the switching. I have to get that down. That's probably the part that messed me up on my DPS the most, is the switching with Flame Shock and Earth Shock. I'm still really getting used to the fact that Fulmination and has to keep Flame Shock on the target. It is an awkward thing for me, because as an elemental shaman, it was very basic DPS in Wrath. It's not so much now. We are getting a little ahead of ourselves. You can see we only have 1 Stormling alive, and 1 was just spawning. We are gonna, I believe we don't run out of them exactly, but it's really close. So now we have 5 stacks. He's taking 50% increased damage, and we're still killing the ads. And there's a power barrier, and I moved too late to actually get inside it, but it's no big deal. I'm not that low. There is a light well. Click on it. Make healers happy. Click light wells. Light wells are awesome now. They're great. So killing Stormlings. This is really close, this one, but we do get it. We get 7 stacks, and he's getting really close to phase 3. And phase 3 is very reminiscent of Malagos, if you remember that fight from Wrath of the Lich King. And the fact that it's a 3-dimensional fight, or I guess Kel'Thas was the first 3-dimensional fight. I don't know if there was one in vanilla. I didn't have the chance to raid in vanilla. But this is you start flying in this one. You keep the flying debuff for the rest of the fight, or buff if you want to call it that, after this transition. So here's the transition. Everyone goes swirling up like Malagos, and now we're flying. And what he does is he still spawns ads. We had them just be off tanked because they have a lot of health, and you're kind of you have a soft enrage in this phase. And by soft enrage, I mean he doesn't enrage, like he doesn't just all of a sudden do 1,000,000 damage and kill everyone. It's you only have so much room to work with in order to kill him. Every bit he'll spawn a lightning cloud. You see it up there, and every level he'll spawn the lightning cloud. It's spawned on top of me right now. I'm not moving from it for some reason. And there, you got to move. The other thing he'll do here is lightning rod. I just got it. That's nice. It's a nice little thing. Lightning rod. You move to the side and you don't kill anyone. You don't take any damage, but you hurt other people. You'll hurt people around you. So you just kind of. Apparently I am taking damage. I didn't even notice. And then you just move back when you're done with it. And then you kill Alakir, and that's the fight. So the clouds spawn, and you can't stay in the clouds. Cloud just spawned right there. You're gonna move down. I chugged a potion. And then he does a weird knockback every once in a while. And then you just DPS the boss. And there you go. And there you go. That's Alakir. He's down, Throne of the Four Winds. Got our assignment, our guild achievement for Throne of the Four Winds. So it's pretty good. And then you get to run around in the air for a while. And there's Lissa, our lovely angel. Oh. Alright guys, stay classy.